buongiorno. Hello, everybody. We'll go in English today, and so Lamborghini is present today with me, Alberto Ferrotto. I'm the responsible for people development, training, and talent acquisition. But today I had with me two colleagues that come from the business, so they come from the developments of car, and so they would have the main stage for you, because I guess that the main present people here comes from engineering, so we will go through that. We would like to start with a short video, and then I will leave the stage to Stefano and Andrea. They will present themselves, and then we will go through the presentation. Thank you.
There are cars we drive that make us happy, and there are cars where happy exists. There are cars that go fast, and cars as fast as dreams. There are cars we move around in, and cars that move something inside us. They don't just get you there, they push you further, beyond. There are cars that deserve another word. Supercars.
Bene. So, if it is okay for you, I would like to stand still so it's a little bit better. My name is Stefano Cossalter. I'm here today, pleased to be here together with Andrea. Then Andrea will talk as well with us. And I'm in charge of the Urus product line in Lamborghini. And so I hope I'm going to be good enough to explain you the next charts. I was supposed to look at it before, but actually I didn't. So I had a talk with some of you, which was quite interesting. Then we will go through it. Then I leave the word to Andrea.
Andrea Bacino, welcome to everybody today's session. I'm the Chief Concept Engineer of Lamborghini for the super sports car, so I'm dealing with everything that is about the concept phase, so the initial definition of the super sports vehicle. So I think we can start.
Okay, let's go through it. So Lamborghini is actually born as a challenge. I think you all know the story about Lamborghini. It's true. So when I started in Lamborghini back in 2003, I talked to some old guys there asking if this was really the truth. And they said, yes, it is. So Ferruccio Lamborghini was not happy with the clutch of his Ferrari and then went to Ferrari and told, you know what, I have a solution for you. And he was sent home in a very bad way, I would say. And then he decided to start his own company. So the company started as a challenge during the early 60s. And still this way of thinking, this way of working is still in our company. The good thing about Lamborghini is that we are really rule breakers. If you're looking at all of our product that we launched in the years, so starting from the Miura, the Countach, the Aventador, the Urus, the Revuelto, actually every time is a new game. So every time we're starting from scratch. And it's not really just to say it and to try to make you happy about that. It's really like this. So every time we're starting with a really white page, we're telling, okay, which is the next step, what we can do. We usually, jump a little bit too much ahead. That we are having some difficulties down the road, but it's really, every time is a very, very good way to push the company, push the people, and push the product. I mean, if you look where we were, you will see it in a couple of charts, and where we are today, this really speaks for the way we are working, the way we think we should work. We are as well redefining new category and norms. Back, I would say, roughly 10 years ago, when we started to talk about an SUV, everybody said you are completely nuts. So an SUV, well, it's a bulky car. Back in those years, SUVs were not fast, not performance oriented at all. It was just in the US perceived as soccer mom cars or something like that. And we said, no, we can do it. So we want to take the performances of a super sports car into an SUV and then demonstrate that we can do it and we can put on the market in a unique selling position an SUV with incredible performances. And at the end of the day, what was done at that time, even from an organization point of view, was to move the team that just ended the Aventador into the Urus. So it was the project manager of the Aventador. I moved to the Urus, and a lot of people moved with us to take the same madness of the Aventador into the SUV world. And this actually worked out. I mean, we were there as first one. You will see in the charts afterwards, really a great success. The car is selling very, very well. And I mean, I think we can tell somebody said we will never do an SUV, then they did it. So, I mean, it's something that where, again, we were in front of everyone. We are really an Italian company with a global success. So we're going to talk now about a little bit our company. So first of all, it's everything done in Sant'Agata. So the designers, the one which are really making the shape of our car are in Sant'Agata. Engineers, and I will talk to you in details, are all in Sant'Agata. So the complete development process is done in Sant'Agata. Production is as well in Sant'Agata, everything, and as well, everything which is linked to sales is linked in Sant'Agata. So we have a 360-degree footprint in our home base, Sant'Agata Bolognese. Of course, to do that, we had to enlarge a little bit the plant. So back in the 60s, when the company was founded, was around 10,000 square meter. Now we are at around 180,000 square meters. So the company is really getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And probably, as you heard yesterday from our CEO, we're going to invest even more for the electrification, and we're going to really make the company even bigger and take some people on board as well for the next developments. The other thing is about our footprint in the market. So we are selling worldwide. It might look like a normal thing. It's not, because it's really challenging to get the car ready and, let me say, able to be sold in all the different markets. Trust me, Brazil has a completely different way of homologating cars rather than South Korea or Norway. So it's really a huge challenge for our technical department. But this gives us the possibility to be in 53 different markets and to be able to sell worldwide all of our cars. So this is about the sales numbers of our company. So you can see in the beginning, 2002, 2003. In 2003, we introduced the second model of Lamborghinis. Before we had just the V12. Then we introduced the Gallardo, so the second model line. And well, when we reached in 2006, the 2,000 units sold, it was to us kind of, okay, we reached the roof. There was never something which was completely unbelievable for that time in Lamborghini. But still, little by little, we worked on our product to make it even more attractive. So on one side, we started a complete derivative strategy. So Andrea will tell you in a while a little bit more details about that. And then we decided to make a complete new 12-cylinder. So from the Murcielago to the Aventador, this was the big change of the company. And the other one is the one that was presented a couple of weeks ago. So the big change between the Aventador and the Revuelto. Then back in 2014, we refreshed our product lineup, introducing the Huracan. And then in 2018, we took the Urus to the SOP, so start of production and market introduction. And as you can see, the numbers were really skyrocketing. So we were going up to 8,000 cars. And last year, we closed with the best year ever, selling 9,233 cars to our customers. These are deliveries to customers. So really, when we are turning the key of the car to our customer worldwide. Of course, this has a huge effect as well in our financial numbers. So the company is very stable, is very solid. We can self-finance all of our products and future projects. So as you can see here, deliveries we talk about already. Order bank, which is something which is pretty important. This means if you're trying to buy a Lamborghini today in a dealership, you will have to wait until 2024, even more, probably end of 24. So we have more or less 2 years of orders in-house for the full lineup. Revenue, we reached almost at 2.4 billions. ROS, which is a very important indicator, is 25.9, and operating profit is around 600 million. So net money that stays in the company for future development. And okay, so evolution of the financial results, I think we can go really quickly. And as well, this is pretty much important, is people and organization. As you can see, back in 2012, we were around 980 people. back in 2002, 2003, when I started, I took some guys of you were able to understand who was in the company by just looking at the parking lot at the car. So you know by the car who was in. So the company was really small. Now we are really going to 2,000 people, even more. And probably in the next years, you will see afterwards, we're going to have a lot of opportunities to start your career in Lamborghini. But Alberto will talk about this in a while. Okay, so I'm going to hand it over.
Thank you, Stefano. So a quick overview about our product portfolio, the vehicles that made out the numbers that you have seen before. So what is about Lamborghini? Okay, basically our product strategy is based on two lines. The first one is our heritage, is about our sportiness. So the super sports car models that are fully made in Sant'Agata with specific components. The vehicles that we have that we will see afterwards are, as said before, so the 12-cylinder that is our initial say product, and then we introduced the second line. We are building those vehicles basically leveraging on our competence on the technology, the conventional technologies, as well as the new technologies that are going to be introduced in the market, such as the electrification, as said before. And then the second pillar of our product strategy is about the versatility models that are leveraging an almost endless, infinite portfolio or solution of platforms, components that can be taken out of the group to whom we belong, and therefore we can blend together our experience in sports car as well as the platform and the technologies that are coming from the group, making the first actually super SUV that is in the market, that is the Urus. So three model lines, as said before, the former Aventador and now the Revuelto, then the Huracan, that is the second model that has been introduced, and finally the versatility, the Urus. Starting from those products, what we can do to keep the lineup always fresh and up to date, as well also leveraging on the specific needs of our customers, we can deliver the so-called derivatives. Some relevant examples of those vehicles are shown here, such as the Huracan STO, which is it's the closest road legal car, the closest to racing vehicle that you can find on a road legal car, as well as on the opposite end, the Huracan Sterrato that has been recently presented. That is something unconventional. It's about say the bravery and the unexpectedness that from Lamborghini you can have. And then at the pinnacle of our production, we have the few off. I will show you afterwards some examples. At the base of this chart, you can see the truck models. We are more and more pushing on those vehicles because they are a unique opportunity to develop specific technologies, as well as being products that are expected from our special customers. The latest vehicle that will be presented soon, it's the LMDH that will allows us to attend to the WAC EC championship starting from next year. Few words about the few off. Actually, it's a concept that I would say that is maybe not invented by Lamborghini, but for sure it have been exploited at maximum by Lamborghini. The few ops represents for say the pinnacle of the exclusivity, the uniqueness of our products. So very special cars made for very special customers, with a lot of styling contents that anticipates soon the contents that you will see on the product portfolio in the later years, as well as some innovative contents such as the first hybrid vehicle that have been deployed on the Sian. Few words about sustainability. This is what we call our pact with the future generation. Is something that is very important. It's not only something that is dealing with greenwashing operation that many are doing. Actually, Lamborghini anticipated most of the regulatory constraints that now are coming because going in the sustainability direction is more to achieve a mindset, to go in the direction of something that is a continuously moving target. So we are trying to do better and better every day. So first of all, we deployed the so-called Direzione Cortauri. This is about the evolution of our products. In which way? So the idea basically is to leverage on the new technologies, namely the electrification, as well as the improvement of every topic, every domain of the vehicle that is dealing with the efficiency, with the fuel economy, in order not only to have a better emissions, a lower fuel consumptions, but to achieve with the same technologies also a better fun to drive, a better level of performance. So this is what we call drive better and faster. So use the same stuff that is in the car to achieve both targets without any compromise. But the decarbonization, it's not only about the evolution of the product, it's about, say, the full life cycle of our products. So in this chart, you can see a very simple explanation of what we are trying to do. As I said, it's a never reached target, so it's an ongoing evolution of our company. We are referring to a GHG protocol. That's because it's a recognized standard, so it's easier for everybody to understand what we are talking about. So the initial scopes of this path have been focused on the production. Actually, Lamborghini anticipated by several years the target of being neutral in terms of carbon footprint back in 2015, so some years ago, well anticipating the requirements. So this is a proof of the fact that we are doing it because it's a key part of our future, not only something that we do for marketing reason. But then we widened the scope to the third scope that actually go all along the life cycle of the products. That means starting from the supply chain up to the recycling. If you can consider that a Lamborghini is a very special car, so it's not supposed to be recycled or scrapped. So back to the purpose of today. So this is a day that is supposed for you to better understand what kind of opportunities you can have within Lamborghini. Lamborghini, a few words about, say, in which direction we are moving. We are in the automotive industry, even if we do luxury cars, very special cars. But all the mega trends that are in the industry are, say, we are in the same stream, such everybody else. So I would not spend too much words about it. But going to the focus of what we do, myself and Stefano. So as I said, I'm working in the concept phase. So I actually conceive together with my team the vehicles of tomorrow. So that start from very beginning from the identification of the brand identity. So who we are, what kind of a message do we want to convey to our customer. And our customer base, by the way, is quickly moving from the, say, traditional customers that are only interested in, say, power, performances, wow style, ostentatious style. And by the way, also for Lamborghini, it's a pillar. But as I said, I mean, quickly we are moving to new values that are the values of your generation. And then also another important basic pillar of our strategy is the design. As you have seen in the previous slides, Lamborghini is for sure something that is easy to be recognized. When you see one of our vehicles on the road, you can see that's a Lamborghini. There is no mismatch. As I said, these are very high performance vehicle. For instance, the Revuelto is not a PHEV, it's an AP EV. So that means that it's something, the most important value for us is about performance. We cannot achieve performance and efficiency without a technological evolution. And we achieved that purpose in deploying a technological roadmap that actually identifies what is important and give us the direction in which to make the investments for the future vehicles. So that innovation is a key part of our roadmap for the future vehicles. I think you can add something.
What I can add a little bit now, because I'm actually a customer of the team of Andrea. We cannot talk about the future, about what is going to come in the next years, but if just to give you an idea how far they are looking and how brilliant they are, when I started to work on the Revuelto, they came in and said, oh, what about doing a new car with a new chassis with the technology in carbon fiber that nobody had? By the way, we have to change the plan to do that, but let's do it. And what about doing a new engine? And yeah, we want to change as well the gearbox completely and integrate a new electric motor. And by the way, let's take 2 additional electric motor in the front and try to make the car, well, I mean, everybody was looking at that and said, they're completely out of their mind. So this is something which is really looking in the future. And I have to tell, we were a bit scared that this was possible to be done, but the concept was really brilliant. All of our customers already drove the Revuelto, and they already had the possibility, journalists and let me say influencers that they tested the car, they were coming out of the car with a big smile in the face and say, this is really a step forward. So what is really for me every time incredible is how they are looking into the future and translating everything you see here on this page in something tangible for the customer and then to be taken into production. This is really what is very interesting to be part of his team and working for him. It's really looking in the future and putting all your innovation, creative ideas into paper to try to make the car even better. So this is, as a customer, I would say of your work, it's really something out of scale, I have to admit.
So going back to your perspective, what kind of skills of preparation is it needed to be part of that phase? So basically, conceiving a new product starts, say, from very high idea of the product of the vehicle, and so for sure, what is needed is to have a wide understanding of the domains of the vehicle, and that means to have not only a specific competence in one specific area, but to have been the possibility, the opportunity to see along the professional experience many different topics. This is focal to be able to develop something that is consistent from the very beginning. But then also the contribution of the specialists for each and every domain is focal, because the vehicles are becoming more and more complex. So it's something that cannot be achieved in a single, by one single person. So the outstanding creatures that you have seen before were basically conceived by very few people, such as, very famous names, Stanzani. But actually, this is not anymore possible. So we are going more and more into a complexity that cannot be managed by one single person, even if extremely talented and skilled. So today way to conceive and develop vehicles, it's a teamwork. At the very beginning, is mostly done by people that are dealing with technical stuff. So it's most of what is called the direzione tecnica, so to whom I belong. But the complexity is not only in the development of the chassis, of the powertrain, of the aerodynamics, all things that are basic for crucial for making a new car, but more and more also other competencies are needed. We need to have the involvement of the suppliers from the very beginning, because the technological roadmap that I was referring before is made not only within the OEMs by us and other competitors, but also mostly within the supplier base, as well as the production that is a key player for doing those special vehicles, because the level of quality, the complexity of the vehicle itself needs to be managed.
I believe one thing I was talking to one of you guys before, we have every time to take in consideration is the topic between timing, technology, and costs. This is really a tricky triangle where we have to play in. And here's where every competence is comes handy and comes to help to try to find a proper solution. Maybe we're going to have the best technical solution, which we cannot produce. And this is a big issue. So as Andrea said before, we need involvement of suppliers. So you have to be ready to get in touch with them and understand how this is working. Or we're having, on one other hand, maybe we are not able to get into a market because we forgot some kind of homologation. These are really as well competences we need now, because the cars are getting every day more and more complex and more connected as well. So to try to understand, if you're looking to Lamborghini and saying, okay, I want to send my CV and want to be part of that game, don't be scared. So apply on what you think might be good for you. Apply for an area where you, of course, I mean, if you study law, well, it's not good to maybe apply to engineering. This is clearly the base, but try to follow your passion and try to understand where you can do the difference. And this is going to be very, very highly appreciated in the work, especially in Sant'Agata, where we are a little team, small company, and everyone can make the difference. Everyone makes the difference every day. This is pretty much important to understand how we are working and how our way of as well working together fits and works.
Actually, I spent most of my professional career in the automotive industry, actually in the Motor Valley. And so most of my experience comes back to the fact that, as Stefano said, it's very important to enter somewhere in the field where you think that you can have both give a contribution to the company as well as having, say, a good feedback from your job. But then the big advantage that you can have being here in that unique place of the world is the fact that companies are not so big, and so you can have the possibility to move in the company, to have a different experience, to see how the vehicle is made from the very beginning up to the end. And this is something that you can experience not only by changing your job, but also in the, say, in the intrinsic nature of the way we do cars. That is a cross-functional activity, that is, say, boots on ground. So I can, from my office to the line, to the production line, only a few meters. So every time that I want to really understand how to make a car better in the future, it's very easy for me. I'm in a few steps and I'm there. And this is something that is truly unique to our experience.
Well, this is explanatory charts how we are organized. This is, for instance, the product line, how it is working. So we have a chief technical engineer in the product line, who's the technical, we call it a technical chief technical director of that product. And then for each single area and function, we have one person which is working inside and representing the, I don't know, production, quality. And we have as well the so-called system responsible. One person responsible for body in white, for instance, one for electrical electronics, and so on. So this, we as we are a very small company, we use this kind of organization, which is similar to our cousins, I would say, the one of Maranello as well, the one of Porsche in Stuttgart. And we think this is a very good way to work together in a close team and getting a lot of information running around and flowing around the company. And of course, we are dealing every day with all the other functions, which is vital, which is very important for us to get the car done and to take all the requirements that are needed into the car. I mean, what a customer wants, what R&D wants, what technology can do, what production can assemble, and of course, at the end of the day, quality, because you can have the most beautiful car, but if the car is not running well, or you have a bad fitment, or whatever is breaking after 10 kilometers, then you have an issue. So this is where how we are organized, and I mean, there are plenty of areas where you can make the difference and you can apply for jobs in Automobili Lamborghini.
Let's go, Stefano. At the end, you can see there that you can work in every function and then working at the same time in the vehicle development. This is what people search. And the dimension of our company is the right dimension to learn. And you can see what you do, and you can see what is after. In a while, you can move inside and go to the production side and see what you have designed before. So it's very important for you that are starting working to choose company where you can learn from. And these are the attitudes we are searching for people that are joining Lamborghini. Yesterday, there were Andrea Pontremoli, and we were talking about innovation. He said innovation is an attitude. Is thinking something in a different way. And here you can see that thinking something in a different way, it's the matter to be non-conform, so see something but in a different way, not to be conform to the rules that you have in the company, but choosing to change these rules if it's needed in a constructive way, I mean, to be agile in your learning, so be able to unlearn what you learn and to learn something new. This will grant you a future in employability in the company. And then seeing beyond. These are the attitudes we are searching for our talent inside Lamborghini, and we are searching from you if you want to join our company.
And I believe one important thing is that, I mean, we are getting older and older, I can say. So we really need your inputs. We really need your way of thinking. You really need your eyes to understand how the car of the future will be. So it's absolutely mandatory. And this is what we are really looking for everyone who is joining the company. Speak up your mind. Tell us which are your ideas. Most probably not all of them are going to get into a car, but maybe 10% of them, and it's going to make really the difference. So this is what we are looking for. And as said, so try to push the boundaries, break the rules in a proper way. I would say, well, not steal, don't come with a gun in the office, of course, but try to push the boundaries forward and try to move beyond so that we can really make better cars and better product in the future.
3 billion is investment, Mr. Winkelmann said yesterday, and part of that are related to human capital. So you're really welcomed, and you will find at the end of our presentation, you will have the possibility to apply for a special job we get for Motor Valley Fest. So that is scouting activities that we are doing on people that want to join Lamborghini in the future. Also, if you are in your bachelor and you want to see further steps in the future and choosing your master's degree, you can apply too, and we will talk with you and understanding what you can do in our company in the future. I guess this is a video then. Just,
one page more.
Yes, one page more, because it's a place of opportunity, but not only in Lamborghini.
Exactly.
Yeah. Actually, Lamborghini can be, is everything that we have explained shortly before. So it's a small company with a very high, almost unique levels of technology within, and so a place very short company in terms of possibility to touch everything that is about our our operations. But in the end, in entering Lamborghini, you can also have the possibility, the opportunity to enter in a group full of stars, as said here. So it can be for everybody that is looking also for a potential growth beyond the limits of Sant'Agata. You can achieve that, and Stefano, by the way, is a good example.
Real example.
I mean, I had the opportunity to work for in Lamborghini in the beginning, then to work for Lamborghini abroad. Then I moved to Audi, was working for Audi. Then I went to Porsche, and then I came back to Lamborghini. So this is something unique that you can find only in Lamborghini, because this gives you the opportunity to really move all around Europe, and even by applying, you can even go to China, US, whatever. So sky's the limit. And this is something really, really unique you can find only in Sant'Agata.
And wherever you will go, as you can see, I mean, the products are quite sexy. So I mean, we are not doing caffettiere.
So the last sexy product.
Then it's time for our last baby. So some time for her.
A new creature is born. The first plug-in hybrid V12 engine. To combine the sound of the engine with the light of a new beginning. Thunder and lightning finally together. Introducing the high-performance electrified vehicle. We accelerate toward the electric age with the roar of our history. New Lamborghini Revuelto. From now on.
So thank you. And if you have any question for us, we are here for 10 minutes more, I think.
For your speech. Only two questions, please. The first is, have you any position in communication and or CRM field? And the second is, but the Sterrato is not coming back to the old tradition instead of Urus?
The second one, it's for you or for Andrea, and I would answer then to your question on people.
I believe all our products are a little bit crazy, you know. It's about breaking the rules. Does it make sense to have an SUV that goes 306 kilometers per hour top speed? Not really, but we did it. Does it make sense to have a little sport car with a V10 with more than 600 horsepower going off-road? No, but we did it. So this is our way of working, our way of pushing every time the boundaries. So we are not conventional. We are not mainstream at all. We are trying every time to think out of the box, and I cannot talk what he's going to take to the market in a couple of years, but it's something completely crazy. And this is how Lamborghini is. This is our way of working.
And by the way, it's a craziness with a purpose. It's not supposed to be, say, only crazy and that's it. It has a real purpose, and you can feel it every time that you use that car.
And I believe one thing which is very important to us, of course, product and so on, but as well, our employees and our all the families that are working, I would say, in the company. So we have that every time in mind. So we want to get Sant'Agata, our plan to get bigger and bigger, to make sure that as well all the areas around gets the same wealthy conditions. So to us, every time the social responsibility is one of the main pillars in the discussion we're doing as well on products. So it's how we can improve the product, how we can, of course, make more money, but then how we can make sure that in Sant'Agata, in our headquarters, around Sant'Agata and Bologna, Motor Valley, we are taking an added value. We're bringing an added value as well.
On the first question, we have around 8 to 10 persons that are working in communication area, and around, 15 to 20 in CRM area, if you mean customer management. We somehow have permanent position there, and you can find it eventually in our website, the .com of Lamborghini. We normally have around 100 internship per year. And somehow this internship are in communication and in CRM area. The CRM area is, I think, one of the most interesting one, because we did a lot on digitalization. So we are working very well. I think we are one of the best player in the market in this domain. And we established a good relation based on digitalization of contact with our customer, that can use an application that is called Unica. They can see their garage of car, they can join events, so physical events with the dealership or with Lamborghini directly. So it's an area of where you can enjoy, but you can learn also a lot.
Okay, I have a question for you. First of all, thank you for your conference. Then what is the factor that has made the euros become so in demand?
Sorry, what is the factor that made the euros?
That has made the euros become so in demand.
So, sorry, so I didn't catch, relevant or?
What is the factor that has made the euros become so in demand? In demand.
Yeah.
Sorry?
In demand.
In demand, okay, so it's so popular, I believe, because it's the best of the two worlds. So when we're starting to discuss about the car, how the product profile is supposed to be, we really started from the super sports car. I mean, a super sports car has nothing to do with comfortability, versatility, and daily usability. So it's the absolute contrary. So you will step in, you don't know where to put your luggage. You don't know. I mean, the both of us are not really comfortable in that car. The SUV is completely the other way around. So you need to have space. You need to have a luggage compartment. But of course, you have to take compromises in the performance point of view. The Urus is the car that blends the two worlds. So you can go, I think you've seen it on the Pikes Peak. We made a record over there. And this is a car that you can use every day to take your children to the school or to go to the co-op or whatever you are to buy some food. But on the other hand, you just move to Sport or Corsa and then the car gets completely crazy and gets completely into the performance. This is a unique selling point of this car. Nobody else has it in the market.
Thank you.
So, I was wondering if in some ways the Huracan Technica was an anticipation to the large market of the to see the reaction of the large market about the newest Revuelto.
Well, the Technica concept, quite unique one. So the idea behind the product was to define something very neat. So something that goes to the roots of every single content of that vehicle. So the former derivatives of this vehicle were dedicated to something, but in the end, the vehicle kept a certain level of complexity because of the purpose. The Technica is an attempt, I would say a successful attempt, in designing something extremely neat and clean in terms of characteristics, efficiency of getting the performances. So again, it's a way to design something that is very well suited to the purpose.
Okay, thanks. But so the answer is yes or no? It's an anticipation or no?
Well, the revuelto is if that was the specific request, it's the opposite way around. It's the, say, as Stefano explained before, is the maximum level of complexity. So in general, electrification means to have vehicles that are becoming more and more complex. The functionalities are exploding also because of our, say, fantasy, because of our creativity, because in the end, actually the car can do a lot of things more and also better. I think that we will need to define also an interpretation of the Technica in the future, because also the archetype of the hybrid vehicles, again, it's complex. So what is the interpretation of something that is really fitted for a specific purpose?
Okay, thank you so much.
What about a full electric Lambo, and what about the sound of that car?
Okay. No, I think that it's not too difficult in the end. No, because as our CEO explained very well some days ago, I mean, electrification is a matter of when it will. I mean, full electrification. It's a matter of when. It's not a matter of if it will happen. So for sure, in the future, you will see a fully electrified vehicle for Lamborghini as well as for every other manufacturer. It's something that every manufacturer have to do. The important thing is to understand that we are moving to a new direction that is not, it's something not easy, but it will open new opportunities in terms of, I would say, every aspect of the vehicle. So today, the car, as you have seen in the video, are very, say, about passion, about emotion. And many have many foresee the electrification as a threat in the fact that maybe full electric cars will be boring or not exciting as the current car has. So it's for sure it's something on which Lamborghini will work in the future.
What about the sound? Yes.
I believe a car is, I mean, I'm in love with the 12-cylinder natural aspirated engine, so it's the best sound ever. I'm an old guy. But if you think about when you're having fun, you're going to the roller coaster, I don't know, you're going to Mirabilandia or Gardaland, wherever you want. So at the end of the day, what you hear is just a click, 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 click when you're going up, and you know that something is going to happen. And then you're starting to get scared. You're over there and say, okay, now I'm going to die. And then the fun starts. So there is no sound of a 12-cylinder there, unfortunately, to my eyes. But in any case, it's so much fun. We are doing it again and again and again. No, we're going there. And what we're going to do is for sure to deliver the same level of fun, even more, I would say. And yeah, sound is something we're working on. We don't still have a solution, but it's something we can play with. So it's something we can find and tune it to make the car as well attractive as a 12-cylinder.
The new customer would be, if you had the opportunity to see the starting of Motor Valley yesterday, the new customer will be Gen Z, 20% in 2030, and 50% millennials. So also it's a matter that you have to understand the customer you will be in contact in 2030. Maybe the sound would be not so important, or maybe conceived differently in their perspective. All the cars they maybe were driving and not the Lamborghini wouldn't have a sound. So it's something that we need to focus in the future, not in the present. I mean,
and I believe as well on the other side, perception is changing during the time now. So years ago, when we were starting to talk about the first dual clutch gearboxes, we all tell, oh no, what is this? It's kind of a PlayStation. You're making bam, 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 and there is no bang. There is no interruption of torque. There is no movement of your body. Now, if you're taking this kind of gearbox to the market, everybody's going to say, are you completely crazy? It's not a dual clutch. Now people are starting to complain that the dual clutch is not a good engine and not a good gearbox because they're used to electric cars. Yeah. So perception is changing in time, and as sound will change as well. So there are a lot of, as well on the market already. Some
150 years ago, I mean, we used to go around with horses, but now it's not anymore the case.
So I can ask you to put the last slide we have. There is a QR code if you want to apply with your phone. Otherwise, you can find the link in the Lamborghini.com careers place. And so you can maybe post your CV, and then we will contact you.
So shoot.
So thank you for your time and being here, and good luck for your future. Enjoy your life. Ciao. Ciao, ciao.